Presented by listenheadlines.com. Latest world news from trusted sources.
Mirror World News.
June 13th. 4:21 America, New York. Victim of deadly wedding bus crash recently beat cancer before tragedy. Zachary Bray, 29, was on the bus with 34 others when it rolled on its side and hit a guard rail in heavy fog in New South Wales, Australia late on Sunday.
BBC News World.
June 13th. 4:12 America, New York. Australia bus crash. Driver going too fast in Hunter Valley, police say. The tragedy has rocked a small rural town in the Hunter Valley where many victims lived.
Wall Street Journal World News. June 13th. 3:49 America, New York. Sterling could remain supported in near term after UK jobs data. Sterling should remain supported in the near term after data showed ultra-tight UK labour market conditions, Ng said, adding that sticky wage inflation means very low chances of the BOE cutting interest rates before 2024.
BBC News World.
June 13th, 3:48 America, New York. Twitter boss Linda Yaccarino pledges to change social media firm. Chief Executive Linda Yaccarino says the company aims to drive civilization forward.
Mirror World News.
June 13th. 3:27 America, New York. Shark attack victims' remains found inside 10 feet man-eating beast. The beastly tiger shark was caught and clubbed to death on the beach in Egypt before specialists dissected it and found the man's remains in its intestines.
Wall Street Journal World News.
June 13th. 3:18 America, New York. U.S. troops injured in Syria helicopter incident. 22 members of the U.S. military were injured in a helicopter incident in northern Syria over the weekend, U.S. Central Command said.
Wall Street Journal World News.
June 13th. 3:09 America, New York. Italian BTPs seen most favored in 5 to 10 year maturity bucket. Risk appetite is supportive for Italian government bonds, with the 5 to 10 year maturity segment being most favored, boding well for today's auction, Mizuho said.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
June 13th. 3 o'clock America, New York. Woman who was declared dead knocks on her coffin at funeral. Funerals are more often than not a sad and somber affair where grieving people say goodbye to a much-loved friend or relative who has died. 76-year-old Bella Montoya, who was declared dead at a hospital in Ecuador, astonished her relatives by knocking on her coffin during her wake.
Washington Post World.
June 13th, 2:51 America, New York. Ukraine live briefing. Deadly missile attack hits residential building in Zelensky's hometown. A Russian attack on the city of Kryvyi Rih left civilians 3 dead and 25 injured, according to an official. Rescuers rushed to a smoldering multi-story building.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
June 13th. 2:43 America, New York. Driver was going too quick in fatal wedding bus crash. A bus driver was driving too fast when the vehicle crashed in Australia, killing 10 wedding guests and injuring 25 others. Police have alleged .10 killed in Australia wedding guest bus accident.
The Washington Times stories. Advocacy.
June 13th. 2:37 America, New York. Ukraine official says Russian missile attack on Zelensky's hometown kills at least 3, wounds dozens. A regional governor says at least 3 people were killed and 25 wounded after missiles hit civilian buildings in an overnight attack in the central city of Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine.
BBC News World.
June 13th. 2:34 America, New York. Treat Williams, Everwood and Hair actor dies in road accident. The star of Hair and Everwood had over 130 acting credits in career that spanned almost 50 years.
Mirror World News.
June 13th. 2:10 America, New York. Mum comes back to life after spending 4 hours in coffin ahead of her burial. Bella Montoya was placed in her coffin at 2 p.m., but about 4 hours later her relatives opened the coffin to change her clothes, only to discover she'd come back to life.
Washington Post World. June 13th. 1 o'clock America, New York. Criticizing army is a crime in Russia, but not for mercenary boss Prigozhin. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the Wagner mercenary group founder, often denounces Russia's military chiefs using expletives. Lately, he is touring Russia and making speeches like a politician.
Time.
June 13th. 1 o'clock America, New York. Will Israel attack Iran? What to know about Netanyahu's military posturing. Early this month, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu held a mock wartime meeting of his security cabinet in a bunker. Communities in northern Israel are preparing shelters for a long-term conflict.
New York Times World News.
June 13. 057 America New York, your Tuesday briefing. NATO air drills in Germany. Lieutenant General Ingo Gerhardt, second from left, of the German Air Force at the military air base in Wunstorf, Germany, on Monday